What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the post-mortem of the game. Manchester United have just beaten Fulham 1-0. We are top of the league, clean sheet, and a Zirkzee debut. But does that tell all the whole story, Sam? Talk to me about what your thoughts were on that game.
Not the best game of football I've ever seen. A little bit cagey, a little bit of nervousness. Looked decent in periods, lacked a finishing edge at times. And then really sloppy, really sort of stuff that we saw last season creeping in towards the end of the game that I didn't like. But some positives and negatives. Important thing is 3 points and a win. That's the important bit. But yeah, there was a lot to sort of just go, not happy with that. But then there's other bits where I go, yeah, that's pretty good. I liked that. So yeah, bit of both really.
One might say a mixed bag. I thought there was some top performances. I'm going to get into individual performances in a minute, but you can clearly tell there's still some cobwebs there. I thought some of the players looked really leggy. Mainu looked tired. Not Maguire, sorry, Lissandro. I don't know. It didn't have the best of games for me. I was a little bit worried about him. I don't know what's going on with the few. Ahmad, I fucking love Ahmad. I thought Ahmad was off it. But it just seemed on the pitch, you could tell, one, some of them had come back late from pre-season, and also two, some of them were new signings because the gel just wasn't really there, was it?
No, there was a lot to be desired. Like I think I said on a previous video or a news show or something, I think it's going to take 5-6 games before this team clicks. It's going to take a while for it to come together, and it's going to be rocky in the beginning. And it's exactly what we saw. We saw rocky moments where we could have conceded and it might have been a bit sort of fall apart, but we managed to get over the line, and that's the sign of a team that's fighting to sort of do better. Like they get over the line even over a bad performance. Don't think it was as bad as the one against Wolves on the opening day last year. That was worse.
Oh no, not even close. Not even close.
So I think slight improvement, but yeah, still lots to work on. Like a lot.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I mean, I'm going to do me pros and cons tomorrow around 12 o'clock, so come and join me, people, if you're watching this live or later on, to really get into it. But I think that's going to be one of the biggest talking points for me. That it was very patchy in moments. I thought, like, at times we had them. Was it the first half, kind of the last 20 minutes? It looked like it was all over. It was dominating. We had players buffing up the midfield. We had Rashford and Ahmad, who was kind of dragging it out wide and retaining the space. But I think it lacks energy. It lacks combinations at times. You can see the players weren't used to each other. Zirkzee dropping in obviously brings a different profile, so you're switching system up there. I didn't really understand the De Ligt sub either, but maybe Maguire is injured. I'm not entirely sure.
Was limping,
why on earth?
He held his calf.
On both of them.
He held his calf and he was limping, and then obviously Max Rory started, but I don't think he was ready to do 90 minutes. He looked knackered. By about 60, 70 minutes, he looked fucked. Like, he looked completely that way. He's had a very bright first half. He looked decent in the first half. So I think that's why they had to change both of them, because look, we've got games and stuff like that. So I think he needed to make a change at that point. But tactically, it was a bit weird. But injury-wise and like fitness, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, I do think you'll see them issues kind of ironed out over the next couple of weeks as we play, but there are still lots of concerns, which I'll talk about shortly. I want to discuss Mazraoui, Sam, because I thought Mazraoui in particular was probably my man of the match, or close with it. There's probably a close couple, but he had a really impressive performance, didn't he, at right back?
Yeah, I liked it. I really, really enjoyed what I saw. Technically, really good. Got forward defensively, snuffed some stuff out, stopped some counters and stuff like that. Really, really liked it. Definitely tired towards 60, 70 minutes, which is understandable. But yeah, I thought he looked good for the most part. I think as he gets fitness and as he plays more, I think he'll be a really good addition to the squad if he carries on the way he's going. Yeah, I really liked what I saw.
I said in the WhatsApp after the first 45 minutes, and again, I don't know if the chat agrees with this, but it's night and day compared to Wan-Bissaka. In them, kind of, I don't know how many yards out it is, but 30 yards out from the goalkeepers, just halfway between the halfway line and their box. Like that, they're kind of areas he operates really well. Left foot, right foot, smooth, quick thinker, can play it off, can play like little nutmegs side to side. I think it's going to be a great addition. And look, just obviously it's one appearance. Like you need to see him a bit more against a tougher winger, I would say. But I'm impressed by the debut. Obviously, Zirkzee getting a goal in his debut, fantastic. He's a bit of an odd player, Zirkzee, isn't he? If you know what I mean by that.
we saw exactly what I thought we were going to see. He dropped into spaces and then he would pull away to give space to people like Bruno and people like Garnacho and give them space and sort of drag defenders away from him, which we saw. There was a particular moment where he made a run off to the left and basically opened up a massive gap in front of the goal for Bruno, and he kind of fucked the shot up, which was annoying, but it is what it is. So I think that's how he's going to be used. But then he's also capable, as we saw, getting in the box at the right time and getting his foot on the end of stuff. People were saying, I thought it was a deflection originally. I thought he got his foot and it bounced off there, but he got a clean hit straight in, so it's his goal, man. It counts. So yeah, I thought there's some moments there. I think when he came on initially, there was a couple of good passes, and then he went missing for a bit.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, when the game got stretched towards the end, when Fulham were piling forward and stuff, he kind of got a bit more space and he got more sort of time to play with, and again came up with a clutch goal, which is what you want from your strikers. Sometimes your strikers play shit and they come up with a goal, and that's that you can't really argue with that. Then if they come up with a goal, then that's all you need. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't argue. He's come on. I don't know what minute he came on, but let's say 20, 30 minutes or something.
Something like that.
Came on, scored, won the game, clean sheet, happy days in that sense. But yeah, let's see what everyone else is saying because there's so many comments. Dan Fenton's saying team played well in a lot of that game. Casemiro was really good again. What's great, Manu was good. Bruno was good. Should have scored. I mean, Bruno should have at least got 2 minimum.
If not a hat trick.
He had so many opportunities. Richard saying, yeah, we could have and should have scored more. I was pleased with the new signings. Uwate, Berg on a cheap, Amrabat and or Rabiot. I'll get all of them, see what happens. What's also definitely giving the midfield of more control. The defence is good. Maguire, man of the match. I thought Maguire was really good. Yeah, great shot at Abs. I thought he was, spot on.
Did what he had to do, cleared a lot, made some really good tackles. Yeah, did decently well. I thought what he was asked to do was clearly to sort of occupy those Traore and what's his face, Jimenez, and I think he did that effectively. Traore got down that side a couple of times in the first half, but after that kind of became ineffectual. So I thought, did his job well.
Dealt with set piece as well.
Yeah,
which might not get mentioned.
That's his bread and butter, though, isn't it? That's what he's good at.
Yeah, Maguire, I mean, collectively, I thought we were pretty good. Weren't really worried at times, which is decent, because they had some big lads in there. I was looking at Diop at times next to Manu. I was like, why is Manu marking him?
Traore's massive. Who's the other guy as well?
You've got some big boys. Bassi,
they're all big lads.
You've got some big boys in there, so we dealt with that threat well. But look, it could have gone either way. We mentioned that counter attack before. You know, if Pereira had his fucking passing boots on, or whoever it was,
what a terrible!
They could have I know. Talk about terrible. The pass at the end. Sam Garnacho and Bruno. What on earth? Rashford, sorry. What on earth is what's happened there? Do you think it was a bad pass from Rashford or Garnacho fucked it up?
Both. I think a terrible pass from Rashford, but as a top striker,
it was a little bit behind him, wasn't it?
Yeah, as a top forward, you need to be able to deal with that. You saw the bad pass in the FA Cup to Ahmad, didn't you? And he dealt with it and got the goal away either. So I think when you're a good forward, you should be able to, even if it's a bit behind you, you should be able to deal with it. And Rashford poor pass, and then Garnacho didn't deal with it at all and scuffed it wider. You just think we were winning the game anyway, but it would have been nice to finish with a second goal, wouldn't it? That'd been nice.
Oh yeah, that'd have been the cherry on top for sure. Zirkzee's got player of the match, by the way. He's just been given the award. So what a fucking night.
I don't.
I don't. They always get the goal scorer though, and it's it's like a sentimental kind of thing. Yeah. I don't think he was player of the match. I think Maguire. I even thought Casemiro was good. To be fair, I thought I'll happily. I put opinions out there, and I say no. I don't think so. I don't like. I'll happily be proven wrong. He was much better today than he has been last season.
Going forward, sure. Absolutely. I still worry because they transitioned through that midfield several times. Several fucking times, and that worries me still. I'm still think we're crying out for an Awate or a defensive midfielder in there just to grab hold of it and sort of break that sort of stuff up. So when Casemiro does bomb forward, there's not a gaping hole or they don't dive in or what have you. So yeah, he was better going forward. Got on the end of stuff again. He could have had a couple of goals had he got his
4 or 5 chances. Casemiro
had he got his headers or his shooting boots on. He could have had a go. It just I think all over the team just looked lacked sharpness, didn't they? They just looked that finishing edge, that sort of when you've been in the game 4 or 5 games and you've got stuff under your feet. All of them look that way, every single one of them.
Yeah, and you can start to see now because Ten Hag's comments before the game was this team. He didn't say it like this. I mean,
Not
Simon
ready.
Stone from the BBC kind of threw him under a bus a little bit and misquoted
Yeah.
what he had said. But he was like basically saying like it doesn't seem like the fully up and ready to start to go. But it's the same situation basically with everyone else, and you could see that. But I look at Fulham, for example, the way they were shifting the ball and moving as a collective. I don't know if they've had a better preseason or a longer preseason. They look fitter and sharper in moments for me in the game. I
Yeah,
thought,
no, they looked like they'd been playing the season a couple of days, didn't they?
yeah,
Like they looked
yeah,
like they'd been had a couple of games and looked like they were going. Like I didn't see any sort of tiredness from them. And Bern Leno, their goalkeeper, some like 3-4 really good saves as well.
yeah,
Like really good
yeah.
saves. He had a really good game. So again, could have been different on another day had he not made those important
Mm.
saves. But yeah, I thought he had a really good game as well.
I think that game as a whole, it weren't an exciting game, was it?
No,
I was so excited before that. I was like, can't believe the Premier League football is back, and I'm still happy.
yeah,
But after it, I'm like, okay, there's still work to do here. That's what if if you can play like that and win for the next couple of games, whilst you're up,
yeah,
getting the engines going, and then you go full. Let's say you get to the Liverpool game, perfect timing. You actually put in a proper
yeah.
performance and kick on from there, then it's fine. But if you start seeing these issues reoccur in the next couple of games, that's when you
And
start.
or you
to ask
start losing games and you start conceding multiple shots again and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. That's when it's an issue.
Just a quote in from Zirkzee. I've been told that scoring in front of the Stretford end is one of the best feelings at United. I'm so grateful and blessed to have been able to experience that in my first game. It's an incredible feeling. Ten Hag on Mazraoui, this is an interesting. I know him like this. He's a great defender, but also very composed on the ball. When he's 100% fit, he can do much more, which is
So,
if he
yeah.
can.
If he's clearly not fit, then that's why he was taken off. Like,
Yeah,
if he's saying that when he's fit, which indicates he's not fit. So yeah,
yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm interested to see more of him. I hope.
Mm.
Who's next? Brighton. Who we got next?
Yeah, right away,
Yeah.
12:30 Saturday.
So yeah, like let's see what he's got then. Like he's got another week of training under his belt. He's had 80 minutes in a game. Let's see more.
Yeah, I think Neville summed it up well as he said, like, look, we lost this game last season. It's 3 points on the board. You take it and you move, and we can let the dust settle. We can assess it properly. Where we can improve, and what we was good at. Ten Hag mentioned in the interview as well that we need killers in the box.
Yeah.
Like
Finishing.
that's a big thing.
Finishing.
Finishing. Yeah.
Got
Chances are there, aren't there?
Yeah. Do you want to see Casemiro stats? 84% pass accuracy, 6 ball recoveries, 4 passes into the final third, 4 clearances, 3 chances created, 2 of them were big, 3 shots, and a
Yep.
0.5 expected assist rate. So not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad performance.
I think it's fair to say he was better.
Yes.
That's where he weren't absolutely outstanding, but he was better, and I'm happy. I'm happy about it.
If things improve, if players improve, if results improve, if performances improve, that's all you can ask for. Like nobody's asking United to win the league or anything like that at this point. We just want improvements. We want to see improvements. That's it.
Yeah. On a side note, come on, there's more than 30 years in the chat. Please do smash a like on the video for us. United have won a game. We're top of the league. Zirkzee scored on his debut. And
Give
we're
us your man
5
of the
subs off
match.
6,500 as well. So please do hit that subscribe button. And yeah,
Give
like
us your
Sam
man of the
says,
match in the chat, please. I want to see who's man of the match because I was going to do as a poll, but I thought there's so many I could have picked. I'll let all you lot put it in.
It's a weird one, isn't it? I think I know who mine is, but yeah, I'll get to that shortly. Get Awate and play Casemiro as an 8. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, Sam said that multiple times before. Yeah. It does. And Punch Paint saying it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Bruno should have had 2, and Garner had his chance, so we could have smashed them in the end. But 3.6 haters down. Fulham 2 shots on target, but Fulham had good chances. That's the other thing where I'm like, Fulham did have decent opportunities, so it could have been a 3-2.
If it weren't for Pereira's passing, they probably were 1-0 up at that point.
Yeah,
like that would have been like catastrophic. There was the Mount opportunity as well. When Rashford sort of mistouched it and it went through the player's legs, Mount could have got a goal there as well. Again, lack of finishing, lacking us down.
Yeah. I saw a couple people limping off. I'm like, just not again. Just stop anyone getting fucking injured for God's sake. Because Mount hurt his ankle before that. And you saw Maguire holding his calf. I think Leach went down at one point. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. But hopefully,
they did the pan of the players who were injured up in the thing. It's like Yoro, Heaton, Hoyland, and obviously Shaw's somewhere. And it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. It's so annoying. It's like when they're all fit, it's probably they start probably on most of those. It's just so annoying.
Do you know what I want to know? I know, and look, I appreciate usually, guys, when we do a post mortem, it's quite structured and layered and analytical, and we go through it. But I'm so scattergun at the minute with it, and like it's going everywhere. But with Bruno, I want to know what nutrition plan he is on because you look at the ones that have come back late, like Lissandro and Menu, for example, and a couple others. Bruno just doesn't ever look
No,
off it ever.
no.
In it, like he never looks tired, man. I don't know what he eats. I
It's
don't know what he drinks. It's fucking
just
nuts.
it's just in
Crazy.
his DNA, isn't it? It's just that's how he's built, like how he was born and how he's just made. Like it's just you can't. There's certain like people where depending on the sport or discipline, like MMA, there's certain fighters who are just built differently. Like they hit harder. It doesn't matter how much you lift or how much you like work on your thing. You'll
Yeah,
never
yeah.
punch as hard as them just because genetically they've got that in them. Same with Bruno. He's just got genetically in him that he just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And it just doesn't affect him. He doesn't get tired. And we're
Mm.
lucky to have him, man, because without him, we'd be a lot worse off.
Yeah, I agree for that. It's Sam. I liked what I saw from Zirkzee. Hope he stays fit all season.
Yep.
I think just on that, sorry, quickly, it did lack a 9, didn't it, at times? I like how there was
Yes.
overloading the midfield at times and stifling him, and the press was really, really good actually
Yep.
from United with Mount, Bruno, and the others. But you do need a killer in there, like
Yep.
a decent striker. And maybe Zirkzee can fill that role, but again, he's just different, man. He seemed like he was swanning about at times, and then he was on it, like quite placid.
He's a bit.
Couple nice passes.
It's a bit
He's
of a
different.
bit of a free role he has, isn't it? He sort of drifts
Mm,
about that forward
yeah.
line and sort of creates opportunities or openings for others, and then
Hmm.
also gets in positions where he can score as well. Which again, very different to Rasmus Højlund. Which when you want to change the game or you bring somebody off to get a goal, that's what he did.
Joshua Owen said Fulham had less preseason games than us. They only had 3. Oh yeah, they got the one cancelled, didn't they? Forgot about that. Yeah, that's what I mean. And they look sharp. I don't know. Again, you mentioned it in commentary. If they're overtraining them or undertraining them, like I don't know. And I naturally lean more towards the overtraining them a bit because then the way we want to play, so aggressive and high press. I think they work on that a lot in training. And maybe it does take a bit out of the players. I thought you could see that in the game. Onana looked more composed with a proper defence ahead of him. Been telling you.
There was one pass though he made where it went like he
Oh,
smashed
yeah.
it into Mount, and then Mount's trying to deal with it. I was like, for fuck's sake, mate! Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? You just have one game where you don't do something.
Mm. Maguire and Mazzarri were my men of the match. They worked so well on the right of the defence together. 20 legends saying Harry Maguire man of the match as well. Josh saying, did you see Leach a body checking Traore? Yeah,
was good.
I did.
I like
But
that.
don't forget, he also got skinned as well, like 10
Yes.
minutes before that
Yeah.
from Traore. I have to say, it might go against the grain with a lot of people. I thought Lissandro was poor. I thought
He
it was
looked
bad.
he looked
bad
off.
performance.
He didn't look. He didn't look fit, 100% fit to me. Like he looked off it. But again, he was one of those people who came back late with Argentina, so maybe he needs a couple of weeks to come back and get to full fitness. We saw when he came back from the foot injury originally, he didn't look the same, did he? Like he looked off and it looked a bit weird. And then when he came back again, the second thing, he looked all right. He got there. So maybe there's just a bit of a hangover from the sort of the summer.
Because in the pre-match build-up, a lot of people were moaning about Maguire. And I was like, I don't know why you're moaning about Maguire. Maguire's
Mount as well.
We're moaning
about Mount as well. And I thought,
why is Mount starting? Why is Maguire starting? Both. I thought both of them were really, really good. So, yeah, it just goes short. I think Maguire's disrespected it. People still cling on to the, how he was under Ole. They have this thing in the back of the red where he's still that guy, and he's not. He was good.
Like
he was
players,
really good.
Players are not capable of improving at any point.
Yeah, or changing the form. Like footballers don't do that all the time. McMillan references with Mount as well. Mount's energy and the ground he covers is fantastic. We lost a bit of the press, when he went off, and Fulham more into the game. I thought we were good until Mount went off, says David. We lost our legs and energy after that.
I think that's why we need a 6, because Mount is not a 6, but he gets about the pitch and provides energy and presses like a 6. But obviously he plays further up the pitch. I think if you have a 6 on there, you don't lose that. If like a Mount comes off, you still have that in the back line to sort of protect your defenders.
Wow, I've just seen a stat. So H on Twitter is really, really good. So in the first game, Sam, against Wolves last season, we won 1-0. Our XG at the time was 1.53 and Wolves was 2.49. In this game, we won 1-0. Our XG was 2.72 and Fulham's was 0.48.
I'll
So
take it.
quite different
Improvement,
there.
man. Improvement.
Improvements. That's what we're saying. That's what we're talking about. That's what we want. We've won a fucking game, man. You know what I mean? We've won.
Well,
Happy days.
Ten Hag said the win is important, but I'm happy to have no injuries. So Maguire must be all right. I assume.
That's saying something when a manager
Yeah.
says that. I'm just happy to have no
Yeah.
injuries. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just think, like, if you had Shaw on that left hand side, I know Dalot did okay, but there was times when it went into the final third, and you're like, you need a left footed there to put a cross in or to over, like it just seems a lot of it's inverted, and everyone wants to go central. So yeah, it'd be nice to have a left footed back there and Hoyland back in the team as well, because I think Hoyland would have got a couple of chances tonight. So yeah, can't wait until he's back, and of course you got Euro on top of that to return. So exciting times. You can't really assess like De Ligt's debut or anything, can you? Because it's a very short time.
You got what, like 9 minutes?
Yeah, a couple more. So I was like, not sure about that. Don't know what you're doing there. But he was kind of rushed into it, innit? So it's different for a centre back when you haven't got the rhythm. Yeah, I'm happy, man. 3 points, Zirkzee debut goal, clean sheet, good positive start. But this is the very, very first percentage of the game, so there is much more to get through, and there will be many more problems along the way. When we start to play bigger teams. So, but yeah, you can't ask for more than that, can you, Sam?
Yeah,
Coming away from it.
I think before this game, everyone was saying, "Oh, what about the formation? There's Leacher play, there's the Lit play, there's Zirkzee start." Blah, blah. Most important thing is 3 points and we win. That is the most important thing. Everything that happened, and we've got that done. And then again, positives in the game, we've been through them. There's negatives, we've been through those. But 3 points, and I think from the Ray cursory reading of the stats and other stuff, it seems like we've improved on the first game last season. Seems like we've improved. I think we've also upgraded the squad in certain areas. I still think we're lacking in others, but I think over time, hopefully we get another defensive midfielder in. That should show some stuff up. And I hope this system just sort of improves as time goes on. Let's see what happens. But yeah, some moments there where I really liked, other moments where I hope we sort of stamp them out, because there were some moments there where I was like, for fuck's sake, lad, not doing it.
Ten Hag just said, when we have our consistent back four, we'll defend properly with the higher line, and the midfield and wingers can get forward. Without constant back four, there is no pattern and routines, and that's when gaps appear.
Yeah.
Very strong words from the manager there.
Leach has just said, good start, but we need to improve a lot. There you go.
Yeah, I agree. Right, man of the match time. Who are you going with, Sam?
I'm going to have to go
give us a little brief as to why you've gone with him.
I think I'm going to have to go with Max Rarry. I think he's my pick. I think, well, it's him or Maguire. You got to go one or two, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'll go with Max Rarry. Came straight into the team, unlike De Ligt, played. It's not out of position, but it's obviously not his favourite position. His favourite position is right back, but he can play left back.
He
played right. I played right back. Sorry, I'm talking shit. But yeah, play it right back. I thought he was solid going forward. I thought defensively very sound. No mistakes made. Looked eager to be going forward with the passing and stuff like that. Clearances, blocks, stuff like that. I thought everything he's done, well-rounded, excellent games. I didn't see any problems with his game at all. I didn't see anything where I go, "Oh, don't look quite fit there. Oh, that's not quite right." Everything was solid for me, and I think, considering he came to, when did he come to us? Like Monday, Tuesday, and he's had a couple of training sessions, and he started the first opening game against Fulham. I think he did really, really well. So yeah, I would give it to Max Rarry.
Because you're giving it Masraoui, I'll throw it to Maguire as well for mine. And then we'll let the chat decide whoever you guys want to go with. Because I think both of them are really good options. Just some stats here on Maguire. 5 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 4 out of 5 aerial duels, 1. 69 touches, 2 out of 5 long balls, 47 out of 57 accurate passes. I thought it was really good. Yeah. Stood up, and people like that won't get credit because he's been here for a bit, but I think he does. But maybe Majari's winning it in the chat. I don't know. Quite a few people mentioned him, but yeah, both were fantastic. Happy we've got him. And excited for the next game.
Have you seen the Leacher quote?
Go on.
Leacher Martinez and Adama Traore. I sent him to the gym. I learned from the first one where he killed me. I killed him back.
Love it. For a man of his size as well, I'm sorry. He should not be fucking pushing Traore over.
I love you,
Traore
mate. I fucking love you.
Hulk, mate.
Yeah.
box
That's a great quote.
office.
And then he said, "I'll give everything for this club," which is fucking.
What a guy.
I'm really proud to play for this club. I fucking love Licho. What a player.
You can't not. Yeah, you can't not. Well, it seems like Mazraoui's got the collective vote, and well deserved. Big up Mazraoui. What a debut it is from him. What a debut it is from Zirkzee as well. Big shout out. 3 points on the board, top of the league. Don't forget, guys, live pros and cons tomorrow, where we discuss the negatives and the positives in depth, a bit more of an analytical look. So come and join us. Plus, whatever news is on top of that as well, we'll do some transfer news and other bits. So yeah, do join us. Smash like on the video. United have won a game, top of the league. I'm going to keep saying that until another team win. Zirkzee debut. Yeah, can't ask for better.
Follow all the socials: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff. Subscribe if you're new here, if you're watching this on demand or what have you. And yeah, up the fucking Reds, lads.
Yeah. Happy weekend, everyone. Take it easy.